Good morning. For those of you who own one of these water flossers, very nice machines, but after a month or so, it starts developing a knock. And I couldn't figure out what is it that there's a little piston inside here that pushes the water out. And then out of us, eventually I managed to find the problem. Okay, I have a new model here, but there's an old one here that I'm going to show you. Can open it. It's the same thing as this, but I had a video before with this. I managed to put a switch in here, then you control it better. This switch, you can put different settings on here, slow or soft or pulse, but it's difficult to press the button and then there's water running over your hand, slip, and there's not very much water volume in here, so you have to control it. But this one is better, then you can just control it. But what the history of this thing is, you can see here's a connection where you charge 5 volt, but this is a wrong design according to me, because I accidentally put 220 volt in here, because I have the same plug for a teaser that you charge at 220, and then it blew the whole PC board. So they must decide if they want to use it for low voltage and high voltage. Then I managed to put a lithium battery in here also, and the charging points. But this works lekker. Then you can control the action. But let's open this thing. Then I'm going to show you what is going on inside. How you're fixing that knock. Okay, here's the knock. You can hear the knock of this. I just stand outside because otherwise the whole place is full of water. If you press this button, you can hear the knock. You can hear this knock of this machine. Makes it like a long water. But the sound, it doesn't sound so great. Just get a cloth here to get rid of all the water here first. You can see inside here these 2 silicone plugs that you have to just for the water not to touch the screws, because the screws is made from mild steel and not stainless steel, so then they tend to rust. You just open it here, so we can fix that knock. A bit of an issue with this screw here. It's an awkward place to put a screw in. And then you first you need to take a cutter and you take out this little thing here. Keep it there. Then you can unplug. Okay, but that one is not necessary now. Now you can remove let me just maybe put this one back before. Try to take this off, and then you take this off, and then you can take this cap off. So this thing comes off. Just make sure your screws is out. Okay, now you remove this top part of the lid. Why is this thing so difficult today? There's O-rings everywhere. Get stuck. Okay, there's an O-ring that seals all the water. Okay, this is what happened. This little McGafter goes in here and opens that little punch, and then for this thing you can see there to open it. Okay, now now the next move is to go and just put all your stuff in the little metal bucket. You take these 2 screws out. This one is so stripped already actually. Always take a flat screwdriver if you want to open it. If a star stripped. Okay, and then there's another 2. Then you take these two out. Now we can remove the whole plunger. Do you see there's a motor inside there, little motor. And then this motor pushes against this gear here. Then in turn pushes see there's a cam. And it pushes this whole piston up and down. There's two reed valves in here. Here's a reed valve here and a reed valve there. So you suck water and push it out. Now you take this O-ring off here. Put it there. And now we can remove these two units here. All the screws. We take all the screws off. We can open this whole McGafter. So this is a aqua flow water flosser. Let's take the screws out completely. This one here. Put the magnet. Okay, now we can open this thing. Now you just wedge it. And I can see what's happening here. Now this thing comes open. Now you see what's happening here. Now that motor turns this gear here. But what makes the knock is this of all the work. There's too much play between the gear and this thing. We can lift that gear a little bit to make less space between, and then it won't develop that knock. First you take this pin out, and then you can move this just sideways. And now we can get a 3mm washer, 3mm washer. It's a stainless steel washer, and then we can put it on the bottom of that, just to lift that little gear a little bit. We can put some Vaseline on there just to make it stick there. And now we can just make sure you center that thing in the middle there. Now you can put your pin back. So now that washer sits underneath there. It lifts, pushes that whole gear up a little bit. And now you can make sure there's enough, you can see enough, some use Vaseline, it's lubrication. You can see there's the piston up and down. But you don't need lubrication there because the water is the lubrication. It lubricates the... Now you can put this unit back. Now you can put all the screws in again. And then we can put it back. So this is what causes that knock. If you have this water flosser that makes a knock, maybe a different type, this is what causes it. That it's not a... Sounds like a car with a piston issue, conrod that's loose or something. Okay, let's just put all this stuff back. Okay, now you're going to slide this thing back again. And then this is how you fix this thing. This unit is a little bit old and it's around the block already. So then you just put everything back again, and then you solve this problem. And then the next thing, the last thing that I also noticed, what you need to do You just to take excuse me, you take, what happened here, now this hole here is very small. You take a pin, one of your wife's pins, and then you just force this thing a little bit in there, just to maybe there's debris or dirt or something, and just to clean that opening a little bit. And then it will also release the pressure, because that's why it's difficult to turn, because it needs to push all the pressure through here. So this is now another thing. Make sure this thing is clean and open, and that's it. And then you sort it. Then you just put a cloth here. It doesn't make a... So this is a very nice flosser, as long as you can keep it running, so as I say. Okay, this is how you fix what is the name? A dental mate. It's one of the cheap, it's not you get as water pick or something, it's very expensive. This is a relatively pricely, low price unit, but it lasts, it's nice. Okay, this is then all for me for today about this water flosser. How to fix a knock, get a knock out of it. Till next time, cheers.